my ELA teacher, before like tests and quizzes, she makes a huge Quizlet, or she'll make like a game, and that day before the quiz we have like a day so we can study and ask questions on what we might want help with for that quiz. It's helpful because knowing, for me, when I go home sometimes I'll like start freaking out as I'm nervous for the next day as we have the quiz, but instead I have a day where I can ask questions or get help for understanding something else.
So the one-to-one program that we have has really made a big difference for me, particularly around formative assessment. We can ask a question at the beginning of class, get data on it. We can put the data on the screen for the kids to look at, and we can adjust the instruction right there, but we can also download it and analyze it later and look at the class as groups or individuals.
One time when I felt like I was not going to finish a project in time, I decided to stay after. Not because I was forced to, but it was because I wanted to.
So the idea of academic advisory is that we split all of the kids on our team into 6 equal groups, and they get to work with one teacher once a week during an extension block for a variety of different things. We do academic tasks, and we also do team building community tasks as well.
So the academic tasks are sitting, talking about your grades, how you're doing, what you could be doing better, maybe even what you're doing really well. Helping each other out, and it could be us teachers connecting with the students, teaching them how to advocate for themselves, maybe even better study skills.
And we really want kids to be accountable, which is why we've done the academic piece where they're tracking their own grades. And then the team building aspect is where we have advisories compete against one another in fun activities that all students can be a part of. And we really want kids to learn some different team building skills, and we want them working with kids that they might not have the opportunity to work with in their academic classes, just to build some more community and friendships amongst the team.
I was chosen as the ambassador for Project 351. I feel that it's very important to be a leader in the community, and it feels great that the teachers here at Curtis recognize that.
So last year we piloted co-teaching in the 8th grade in science, and we decided that it really would benefit kids if we could do that in more places. So this year we have increased the amount of pairs to approximately 10, just showing how many teachers are willing to go the extra mile to help students succeed in all grade levels and in all subjects.
Curtis Cares is another example of how the staff goes that extra degree to help others in the community in need. In this case, it's specifically centered on helping students. The staff does a great job here of identifying those students who might be lacking in clothing or school supplies, or perhaps even families who are in acute need. So what we try to do is to provide those students and families with things that they might need in order to really more effectively become and continue to be great students here at Curtis.
At Curtis, everyone tries to strive to go above and beyond, and that has taught me to help out in the community and do community service. And what I do is I help kids play baseball who are less fortunate than I am, and it's a blast, and I help them play and make them feel like $1 million.
Angels meet every Friday afternoon, and we're involved with lots of community service activities. Some of them include raking leaves for local seniors, writing letters to deployed military servicemen and women, organizing a 6th grade dance fundraiser for the food pantry, and participating in a walkathon to support local homeless families. And that's just a few of the activities that we're involved with.
Well, a couple months ago, one of my friends broke his wrist playing sports. And for the first week or two, he didn't really know how to take off his backpack or take stuff out of his backpack and put it in his locker. So me and another friend helped him every day. Kindness is everywhere at Curtis, even in the lunchroom. Like, the lunch ladies are nice to you if they're serving your food, and the teachers in the lunchroom are always helpful.
I'm always kind to my teachers, and I always help them out when I can. When I need to stay after school, Mr. Roney really helps me talk about what I did wrong on a test or help me with homework.
Today, I finished this really nice table that I made for my mother. Mr. Reich's dyad. He's going to deliver it to my house.
I coach the Science Olympiad team at Curtis. It's a group of between 30 and 40 students throughout the grades who they go beyond what happens in the science classroom, and they're studying events and building different objects. They give up their weekends from starts in November, it ends in March at the state tournament, and they just do a tremendous job. And they really pour their heart and souls into it. And on top of that, we have many of our coaches are former Curtis students who are at LS right now, and they come back and they work with the middle school students. They put in as much time as the students do themselves. It's a great group effort, and just to see these kids working together is wonderful.
Fortunate enough to work collaboratively with the Sudbury schools and your sons and daughters. As a school resource officer, it's important that the police department works hand in hand with our schools in an ongoing effort to encourage our students, your children, to engage in acceptable behavior. And at the top of that partnership is our focus to be both supportive and available to each and every student, to show a genuine interest. Together we continue to encourage good digital citizenship by emphasizing the importance of safe, appropriate, and kind behavior both online and offline, and for our students to be accountable for their actions and decisions to themselves and to their fellow classmates.
I always put an extra effort even when I'm at home. Even though I work really hard and I get good grades, I always want to be successful, because I know that if I start the year off in middle school with really good grades, then I know that I'll do well in other grades, even if they're hard.
And I've been using Schoology for 2 years now. One of the things that I implemented in my second year is to have students complete their assessments on Schoology. And when I've created those assessments, I've tied them to the Common Core standards, so that when students finish the test in Schoology, I'm immediately able to tell which students have mastered and which students are still challenged by the content material. I then take that data to inform future instructions, as well as to either challenge students or to scaffold them on the Common Core standards on which they are still challenged.
This week I had an essay due and I needed help with it, so I stayed after school with my ELA teacher, Miss Sheehan, and she was really helpful and she explained everything really well, and in the end I got a really good grade on it.
Well, one time I always study hard in my homework, and I make sure I know everything for my math tests and quizzes. And so it helped me move to a higher level. I mean, I really like math, and I'm really proud that I was able to move to a higher level because I knew I could do good at it.
I've worked really hard this year, and I've been working on essays, 3-paragraph, 5-paragraph, and what I've done is go back in the text and reread and see what's most important, because some things can be important if they're telling you this by multiple times. What I used to do was just highlight everything, and there would just be usually one word that I didn't highlight, but now I just highlight what's mostly important.
Focus, leadership, service, kindness, commitment, perseverance. At Ephraim Curtis Middle School, we are committed to going the extra degree each and every day. All members of our community, from teachers and staff to our students and parents, are devoted to making our school a welcoming place to be. Thank you for joining us tonight. We hope that you can continue on our journey at maintaining 212 degrees.